Tell the people how Greece is.
What's up, y'all?
Oh, we just got here this afternoon,
Oh.
and I was exhausted from the flight last night.
Okay.
But
How was Chad,
views are
Thailand?
incredible. Thailand was sick. It was so hot. It was so hot.
Garrett, I snorkeled to the
It was
exact
like-
spot you did like 3 or 4 years ago.
It
Like
was
the same
unreal,
island.
yeah.
You went from Fifi off to that other smaller island, right?
Yeah, we just did like a yacht tour. So we just stayed on one boat, and they just took us around. It was
Did you see any
unbelievable.
DAs?
All over.
Where else are you going? So Thailand, Greece, like what's next?
Thursday we go to Italy. After that we go to England for soccer, and then Ireland.
Cool.
That's
Well,
nice.
where you guys need to be going is the free training on Wednesday night, which we'll be breaking down a shitload of stuff we don't share anywhere else. Some really good specific product research stuff, really applicable for the next couple months, back to school stuff like that. If you haven't yet been to one of the free trainings, definitely check that out. It's linked in the description. It's also in our social media bios as well. So we'll see you there.
What a transition there. Happy Monday, y'all. Happy
That was
Monday.
Yeah, Mr. Lyman is ducking the cricket question too. He's about to get back on G-Body's head like he was 2 weeks ago too.
Yeah, let us know.
Yeah, he
Let
was
us know.
ruthless a
Really
couple weeks
low.
ago.
Yeah. Let us know what we can help you guys out with on Amazon. Garrett is literally tuning in on his honeymoon at midnight from Greece right now to help you guys be better Amazon sellers.
He's
hang
jet
out here
lagged
for-
though. It's like 7 a.m. though. He's frying.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, today I was a zombie. I was so tired today.
Yeah.
Last night's flight was like 12 and a half hours, 12 hours.
Damn, that's a
Damn.
long flight. Yeah. So somebody asked, they commented on, I think, my stream, does your podcast have subtitles? So if you watch it on YouTube, you can watch it with closed captions. So it should kind of apply subtitles there for you.
Is Pete starting cricket beef in the, in the
Yeah,
comments?
that's what it looks like.
That's what's
Okay.
up.
I need to go have my cricket match.
Yeah.
Are you
Okay,
rich yet?
enjoy, King,
We're
enjoy.
working on it, Sasha. We're working on it, Sasha.
Cool. TK said, "Yo, Corey, how's it going?" Yeah, Corey, how's it going?
I'm doing good, man. I'm just hanging in there, just living life.
No,
Where did they say
no.
that? I didn't
Hanging
see
in
that.
there. No. Hanging in there is a victim statement. No.
Okay, well,
The
that was not the
world's hanging in
intention.
there with you. The world's hanging in there with you.
Yeah, that's
Corey,
a better way
who
to put it.
records your gym content? I just started seeing it.
Usually just when like Grant or one of his guys, like when we're in I think that was in Miami when we recorded that one. But just whenever we're together, we'll like go lift and get a couple clips.
Some Yon 10.
Oh yeah.
I sent to the FBA warehouse a month ago. It was scanned in 3 weeks ago and hasn't. How long does it normally take? Kieran, it should be up there by now. But just be ready for when that comes in.
For the clips.
Okay, good job, Corey. You got that reference?
Oh yeah. Well, after you sent that video to the group text I was like, I've never seen this guy before. Then I started like listening to some of it. I'm like, he's kind of spitting facts, but at the same time, a lot of it's just complete nonsense.
I don't know about that last part. Corey, love the way you explain strategies. Hell yeah,
Thank you,
yeah. Cool. Cool, sweet. So yeah, let us know what questions y'all got. It's a good little Monday vibe. Any questions you got? Help you grow your Amazon business. Obscenely large cash back on Rakuten today. We got some 20% cash back sites.
Disgusting amounts.
Whole
Damn.
bunch of 15% cash back sites. So make sure you're getting after it with OA sourcing. Puma is cheating on his own name. He just got approved for Adidas. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Good job. There's going to be a lot of leads. There'll probably be a big Adidas.com sale this week too, if I had to guess.
Yeah, I have to imagine. They just came off a good one, so they're probably just letting it cool down for a bit. But yeah,
I mean,
this is
sells
And
everywhere.
this is like one of the easiest weeks of the year to source. So this is where you put in those extra hours.
Yeah.
When is Mother's Day? Is it next Sunday or this coming Sunday?
This coming Sunday, yeah.
See, when I said that
Rakuten
last
pays out
year,
what in May?
people were beefing in the chat with me.
Yeah, I think that makes you a bad son, Garrett.
Yeah.
Oh, when is Mother's Day?
Oh yeah, Chris Grant. So Chris Grant has a really good point there in the chat. Over 700 different Mother's Day sales, and I think he's getting that data from SalesGazer, right? That Chrome extension. So he did a keyword search for the word mother. 700 different websites are running a Mother's Day sale this week already, I think. So you guys been doing arbitrage, like jump on that. There's really, and like it doesn't matter what site it is, what category it is. These retailers just look for any excuse to run a sale. So anything you're sourcing is going to be probably discounted this week.
See, now this is an interesting question here. Actually, one we've never gotten before. I remember my dad was a little bit worried about that because I was lucky enough to get in financial aid because of my gigantic brain in college. No, so I have no idea if it does. You'll be able to figure that out. But college kids make money too. You know, college kids are totally allowed to have jobs, and to my knowledge, it doesn't affect it. The nice thing is that unless you're going to like the most expensive college in the world, which is probably like $100K a year, something crazy like that, the upside of like grow the business. Don't worry about that. Like you have significantly more upside worrying about growing your skills rather than playing defense around that. I don't know how it affects it though. I really have no idea.
I'm pretty sure financially it's just based on your parents, not
I'm
you.
pretty sure it is too.
Yeah. They're not used to college kids being able to run up massive e-commerce bags and
Yeah.
It's the new,
I
it's
think
the,
I
the
made
new
like,
way.
I think I made like 60K junior year and like nothing happened. Even though like I think my dad like was like
Yeah.
low-key worried about it or something. Like, what is the best site to
Was
source?
How much was Dickinson? Do you remember?
Oh, it's I mean, it's disgusting. Like, I mean, all college is disgusting. Go to a state school, kids, or don't go at all. What do you think about small to mid-sized brands abusing Amazon transparency program to police against resellers on Amazon? I mean, it's just part of the game. It's completely their right to, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Just
that's just what happens, right? And I mean, like they said in the comments, like a lot of times. So I guess without getting too into the weeds there, like, yeah, brands will enroll products into transparency to try to get some unauthorized resellers off the listing. It kind of just is what it is. Either start working directly with that brand and become an authorized reseller, or just move on to the next brand. There's like over 2 million brands on Amazon. So yeah, there's plenty more.
So, you know, Sean was a professional poker player originally. So him and Wi-Fi are gonna square up. Yeah, the all-star game of Amazon poker. Him,
Tony.
Wi-Fi, Billy Flips, and who?
Tony.
you gotta get Tony in there too.
Of course. Yeah, I knew there was one more. Yeah, so the all-star, we should stream it. Actually,
That would be sick. That would actually be really
sponsored by
good.
Selleramp. Yeah. So sponsored by Selleramp. So Tony, Sean, B Flips Media, and Cousin Wi-Fi.
You got to get
Sponsored by
Bathan
Selleramp.
in there too.
Is Wi-Fi a poker player?
I'll talk a big game. Yeah, I mean there was a little
Allegedly.
while where him and Billy and Jimmy were playing it like every night at like midnight.
I love how Jimmy's like always like snakes his way into the mix.
After I went to bed.
Always.
That's so funny.
Do I need to process your ungate list before I search products? You might as well a little bit, Thomas. Now you don't have to do the whole auto ungate list, which if anyone's interested, it's a free list of products in the description that'll auto ungate you. At a certain point, though, as long as you're confident that a lot of stuff's going to auto ungate, which it will, you just go ahead and confidently source, and then you quick check auto or just get ungated if it does require invoices.
Well, I mean, the cool thing nowadays is that, I mean, test buys aren't really going to be less than 10 units anyways, right? So if you find a product, you can use your first order, whether it's something that you're buying for the first time or not, as your ungate.
Yeah, we're also incredibly up on the low inventory, like test buy, buying small is back. Like there was it was at threat for a little bit, but in case you guys didn't see it, the low inventory fees don't apply for any of you guys if the item sold less than 20 times in the last week, which honestly most of your arbitrage items will fall.
Oh, you're not going to be buying anything that's not.
You'll have some good items that are over that, but the majority will just be base hits that are just 10 a week, that kind of thing, and there's literally no effect. So no inventory fee matters way less than we expected.
Also, can we get some W's for Uncle Pete?
Yeah, 7-figure status.
Yeah. So a year ago, Peter was asking ungating questions in my coaching program DMs, and he was 40 pounds heavier. But he got on the FBM mission, and he toned it down.
He already called it. He said, "Gonna
cranked up the inventory spend, right?" And here we go.
He's on that FBM exercise plan.
Oh, and getting bullied by other competitive males. Yeah.
Somebody asked this earlier. They said they're getting tax quotes for 8K plus. I mean, there's no way you would ever pay that. I mean, so what do you like when you say tax quotes? Not for bookkeeping. You mean like filing your taxes?
I'm probably end of the year.
I mean, unless you have like a super
it's like if you got
sophisticated,
audited,
complex
like,
business.
yeah.
But even then,
8K is
they actually.
expensive.
But I mean, like if your business is like if you haven't done good bookkeeping for years and they've got to clean you up and get you ready to file taxes, 8K can be like a little, right? So if you've got a big business and you let bookkeeping go for a while, that's probably about standard.
Yeah. You probably shouldn't be paying more than $600 or $800 a year for your accountant.
What's up?
For
Blake?
including not including end of the year taxes though.
End of year prep should usually only be like under $1,000. You don't need a bookkeeper until you're like
That's
actually
dope.
pumping.
Oh, you pay that much still these days, Warner?
For end of year tax prep, I mean, mine's a little more than that now.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Mine a little
My first year
Yeah.
at Amazon, I paid $600 for.
Oh, that sounds right.
full
Yeah,
year
that's
tax.
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
Your own
Yeah,
bookkeeping because
okay.
it's super easy.
Yeah.
Like all you have to track is cost of goods sold and all that kind of stuff. Don't pay the $500 a month or whatever your bookkeeper's trying to charge.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, because that's what I
Yeah.
what I figured. Got to play heads up with cousin Wi-Fi. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's up with the different listings? One is all FBA, one is all FBM. Sharon, see now that is a very profitable question because you'd be shocked how many items, for whatever reason, have multiple listings on Amazon, and you can just split on both of them and list on both of them, FBM at the same time, and split around as a need be. Men's Warehouse. We sourced them from Men's Warehouse. Yeah, we sourced the groomsmen strip from Men's Warehouse. Yeah.
Well, the shoes were sick. I couldn't find them in my.
Those were
size.
ASOS 20%. Come on.
I know
Corey.
they only make them in women's, bro.
Oh.
I found them that night. 10
women's.
seconds after
Yeah.
I asked somebody, I found them, and I'm like,
See,
well, they don't make
but
them.
now
in this size.
here's why I'm about to remove you from the stream, right?
Please,
Because
I'm not
Nike
serious.
shoes are, especially on ASOS, are men's and women's sizing. The box has both of them on there.
They don't make them in my size.
Yeah, but
is what I'm saying. I wear
Yeah, it
13
doesn't look
men's.
that
It'd be like a
big.
16 women's. They don't make
Ooh,
that.
you're wearing a 15 men's.
Miles,
you're-
you
13
forgot,
men's,
you forgot how
13
much
men's.
wasted basketball potential there's down
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, what are you? Are
Can
you?
you
It's not like
grab
I haven't
rim?
seen you in person.
Can't even grab
before.
rim.
Of course I can. Just haven't any time recently.
Corey's
Are you
big
out there?
dogs. Let him
Are you
know.
out there dunking at the Y, Miles?
I'm 5'8". I'm hitting backboard on the layup. Right, then I'm getting back on D and I'm running back again. I'm distributing the ball. I'm doing what I was.
Are you one of those guys
biologically
that grabs the
designed to do.
net like on the layup? Like you can't reach the rim, so you grab the net on the layup.
No. You hit. You go with the right. You hit the backboard and then you hit the net with your left hand too, and then you get back on D because I'm guarding the best player too.
I could see you being a scrappy defender though.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna foul you. Oh yeah, for sure. Because I've been getting
No,
away
he's
with the better part of it.
Scrappy is an understatement. This
Yeah,
dude's
oh, yeah.
this dude's grabbing you, scratching you, pushing you.
Did the shoes for the weather fine. I'm 16 US. I can't find anything here in England. eBay, man, eBay, or eBay, or definitely the Marshalls and like Nordstrom Rack websites definitely have some big ones too as well. Like I was sourcing a Nike slide today, and it was in stock on Nordstrom Rack, but the only size they had was a size 17.
I'm trying to get a Nike and Lego, but keep getting rejected. Maybe change your source. Buy from Lego.com, Kohl's.com. Change the source. Change the name of the file. Make sure it's PDF. Submit credit card information. Picture of the product.
More
There's
tips.
tons of stuff to do.
When doing FBM, can you use USPS boxes and polymailers? Not if you're doing UPS, Ronald. That's like I think technically a crime because they're free boxes.
Yeah.
You can if you're shipping through USPS though.
Somebody asked earlier, how do you find authentic distributors? So to this day, my favorite method is just using Google, Googling category name, distributor, and then your city or town. That's going to give you a lot of information. And then when you choose that category name, the more niche and the more specific you can go with that search term, the better results you're going to get. So instead of saying like tool distributor, Charlotte, North Carolina, maybe try like welding product distributor, Charlotte, North Carolina. That's kind of like a niche within tools. And you're going to find probably less total suppliers, but the ones you do find are going to be super legit. And if you can land an account with them, a lot of good opportunity there.
Yeah, this is a good question. So any restrictions / problems / IP issues / anything with over-the-counter private label meds, where if they're private label, then you're definitely going to avoid it. You know, if it's only ever one seller and that seller's the brand, that seller's Amazon, there's not any history of third-party sellers selling them, you're going to want to avoid that. IP complaint issues are going to be by brand. Just take a look at the Cupid charts. See if there's any random cases where the off count falls off a cliff. It's probably an IP complaint. In general, though, if you see that third-party sellers are making money on it and that they have for a while, there's no cliffs on the offer count, you should be good to go.
Just in general, though, a lot of OTC brands are pretty like strict on Amazon. They will IP. So yeah. And like tools like IP Alert, that's going to help too. Just kind of keep an eye out.
Yeah, everyone got re-ungated in Disney. That was previously ungated, yeah.
That was a good win.
Yeah, it was like a week ago or so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, imported. Oh, okay. Interesting. Talk to the brand and definitely take a long look at the ASINs, at the Keep It charts too.
I mean, if you're importing, you
What's
probably have to talk to the brand.
Oh, facts, yeah.
Yeah, you probably got a distributor.
But if you're asking about IP, you know what I mean, then you probably haven't.
What is the latest with Nike? Is it fixed yet?
Not currently, no. When seller says PL potential, but there's at least one FBM, it just matters how many sellers there are and if that seller is the brand or not. So you basically just want to look, is that the brand? If not, then it's probably not private label. Look at that seller storefront that's on it and see if they got other brands, then it probably isn't private label as well.
Yeah, we pushed
A couple other things
that made it way more accurate too, Bulldog. So if it says private label, it's actually a good shot that it is now.
Yeah,
Oh,
thanks.
that's huge. That's huge. That was always kind of
that was an everyday.
Yeah, we spent like an afternoon fixing. It's like, all right, we're good. Like,
The other thing
that
to
was
look at is
crazy.
other products within that brand, right? If there's one product within a brand that's questionable, pull up 4, 5, 6 other products within that brand. If they look the same, if they have that same product or the same seller on those products, it's probably a good case that is private label. However, if other products within that brand have 15, 20, 10 sellers, then it's probably good to go.
Do I need to set up a website for my company while doing FBA? If you're doing wholesale, it'll definitely help. It's not really going to do anything for you specifically with OA. It might even do even more harm than good, specifically with OA. But if you're going to do wholesale stuff, man, definitely look into creating a one-pager.
If there's a buy box on a product, would it be beneficial to list your product pricing a bit lower? Not just equal to buy box minimum, the price equal to the current buy box or equal to what it has been in the past.
So Daniel said, what section? This is a filter in KPF, right? To filter for price increases. I'm not super familiar with KPF. I know you guys know it pretty well. Is it just a filter within KPF that he could probably just find?
Yeah. You can do, you can filter on like the change of sales ranks, price, offers. So you can do some pretty cool stuff with all that stuff. But if specifically with price, you can do something with like past 30 days price is increasing, or the past 30 days price is decreasing, or it's $25 today, it was $20 30 days ago, stuff like that.
Do you have a pricing strategy for new listings? How to avoid a pricing war and race to the bottom? Yeah, I mean, if you're pricing where the buy box is going, right? There being a pricing war is typically around how easy the lead was to find, right? So if you're using coupon codes and taking advantage of different sales that are going on and using discounted gift cards potentially too, you're going to pay substantially less than your competition. And if you're listing stuff FBM quick, that's going to help more too. If you're buying stuff that is really visible and you're only doing FBA and it's taking a little while to check in, naturally there's going to be a lot more competition.
Have a few hundred for FBM inventory after supplies accounts if you recommend RA. Yeah, do a little bit of RA. Also, hit the thrift store, that kind of stuff. Like look for like while you're out, go hit the Marshalls and then hit all your like local thrift stores looking for VCR players, video games, stuff that's kind of way undervalued at the thrifts.
Yeah, I mean, if you really have like little cash to start this business, I'm talking like a couple $100, then exactly what Warner said's the move. Go to thrift stores and you can turn, I mean, I used to do this for fun. You can turn $50 into like 200, 300, 400 at thrift stores. The ROI on those products is going to be really high. The only thing is you're probably going to sell those what you find at thrift stores on eBay versus Amazon, just because it's more of like that platform's more suited for those types of products. And then once you stack up $500, $1,000, then you can kind of get into the Amazon game. That'd be my recommendation.
Yeah.
Not to mention, you should be looking at and evaluating why you only have a couple $100 to your name. Is it a expense problem or an income generation problem? But either way, you can fix that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You attend MSC and ASD. I mean, dude, honestly, ChatGPT's got some pretty good recommendations on trade shows, honestly. In terms of like the stuff we'll be at specifically, we'll be at Amazon United as well, which is it's either the end of August. Warner, you're on the website, by the way, for that now too. I'm not even yet.
Oh, cool. They haven't told me that I'm speaking, but maybe that means I'm speaking. I don't know.
I'm not on it yet.
They talked to me about it.
Yeah.
At the very least, y'all should be there.
Yeah. That's it.
That's going to be a wholesale specific conference too. It's just one day. Last year was the first year they did it. This is the second year. It was awesome. It was really good stuff for anybody doing arbitrage or wholesale, right? It's going to be a really good event. And then somebody asked kind of on that subject, they said, well, there's no IP complaints with wholesale, right? Sorry, I'm still new. So yeah, IP complaints are definitely still something you can run into as a wholesale seller if you're not buying directly from the brand. So if you're buying directly from the brand and you're authorized and they know who you are and they know you're selling it on Amazon, your chances of getting an IP complaint are virtually zero. because IP complaints come
Same
from the
with
brand. But if you're buying from a distributor or a wholesaler, if you're buying from anybody that's not the brand, then there's still a risk. But if you have good documentation, if your invoices trace back to the brand, then your chances of beating that are still high, but it's always going to be somewhat of a risk.
Oh, Mr. Lyman's back because we banned his burner. His burner was talking to him for a sec,
Mr.
which I think
yeah.
was Mr. Simon.
How original.
Yeah. If you only got $300, use books. Use books.
Yeah.
Use books.
Yep.
Should you be buying for the fourth quarter if you come across items RA? Only if you have plenty of money sitting on the sidelines, Sharon. Probably not realistically. And most of those items will probably be selling year round as well. So I would just list them, see if you can make some sales. And yeah, I wouldn't plan to hold it for another 6 months at this point though.
Ban the burner.
Because think about the alternative. There's just so much lost opportunity
Yeah.
cost with holding it for so long, right? You can compound at 13, 15% 4 times before Q4, or wait, potentially get like a 25, 30% margin Q4, which is great, right? But that gets outpaced by the other one so much heavier.
How do you typically go about product research? Yeah, Marco. So it's kind of hard to explain. You can watch us do it live on our channels in any of our videos. To start though, you're going to look inside the storefronts of other Amazon sellers and then look at their fastest selling products, then look at those products on Google and try to locate them at a profitable price and make them profitable.
Yep. What should you do to prepare before switching to a prep? Honestly, not much, man. Like pretty much the only thing you'll do is just swap the address out when you're buying products to the prep center address. Good idea. Like ask your prep center, like, what do you get boxes from my favorite website? So you know that they're not like getting a ton of cancels from like places you like to source from, and just test it out.
You should put a lot of emphasis in terms of like filtering out that prep center though, because like a good prep center can really be the catapult to the catalyst to expedite your growth. However, a bad prep center is going to hinder you significantly moving forward, right? So just go through the questions, right? Get on a Zoom call, interview them, right? They are an employee of you, right? Ask to see their warehouse. You would expect it to be organized and put together and clean and those sorts of things, aka not Miles and Myers warehouse.
I was talking to somebody, I think it was 2 days ago or over the weekend. They're kind of a newer seller saying that, like, yeah, I found some random prep center in Ohio and I sent them my first few like arbitrage orders, and it took them 3 weeks to prep an FBA shipment. I was like, brother, I'm like, I would be showing up at the door with it would be just bad news. So
yeah, like 99% of beginner Amazon sellers' problems could be fixed going to the outlets and listing shit FBM really quick.
Yep.
Like
100%.
Just don't get the prep center that's actually like a trailer in the middle of Montana.
That's a very good point too. Yeah,
that was some good some good drama.
So somebody said, how do y'all find a prep center? So Chris Grant has a really good blog post. It's been around for a year or two. If you literally Google search "clear the shelf prep center," that article is going to come up, and that's going to give you a list of prep centers in every state. I think there's a couple in every state that are at least somewhat vetted, right? You're still going to want to call them up and interview them, but if they're on that list, you know that they're somewhat legit.
No, honestly, the best way to find a prep center is just like put it on the timeline.
That's always the best one. Yeah.
Right. If you need a VA, what's the best way to get a VA? Put it on the timeline. Prep center, right? You want to get a recommendation from someone that's using that service already, specifically on a prep center. That's going to be the best case, right? Because
best way to find FBM friendly products. Search like a Nike or like a Lego listing or some really reseller friendly brand, Adidas, Under Armour, whatever, and find one that has a bunch of FBM sellers, then storefront stock, because those sellers are going to be FBM on other listings as well.
Yeah, Louise, you can also filter buy boxes not FBA on KPF if you're asking about specifically KPF.
Yeah, come to the
contact
on Wednesday. We'll put you guys on.
Yeah, well, we dive and you guys who are trying to dive into some good sourcing sauce, we put you on some major game on Wednesday.
Yeah.
50 prep centers may be a little overkill. Maybe like 5, 6.
Yeah.
50 is a lot.
But Chris,
just because there's go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say, like a prep center, there's so much like lack of differentiation in prep centers, right? You just want it to be out, within 48 hours. Calling that many, it just is like such diminishing returns.
Even just one that communicates, right? You just want to make sure that they're going to communicate with you and be proactive about like damaged inventory or anything like that. And somebody asked, they said, well, when should I get a prep center, right? How soon should I do that? So my advice, and you guys might have a different opinion, my advice is always, always, always do the prep yourself for at least a little while, right? You want to know, because you're not going to be able to effectively manage a prep center if you yourself don't know what to manage, if you've never done the work yourself. So I recommend do it yourself until you're sending at least around, let's say, 500 units per month on average to FBA. Once you're doing that kind of volume, then it kind of makes sense to get a prep center. Now, if you've got a full family and a full job, and it's just like you simply don't have the bandwidth, you either have to choose like source or prep, then get a prep center earlier on. But if in any way possible you can do your own prep for any amount of time, even if it's just for a couple of weeks or a month or two, please do it, because you'll learn so much long term.
Or if you live in a state like California with like 8 or 9, 7% sales tax, whatever it is, right? You're making your sourcing so much harder than it can be by sourcing with that tax.
No
Legos
luck.
good
I
for your
tried it
cider
and
truck.
it's
That's fire if true.
tried.
Oh, it's definitely true. That's our man
Yeah.
right there.
no luck. No, there's no such thing as no luck with ungating. There's just you haven't submitted enough, John.
I don't think we'll be there, JP. It's some interesting vibes, but I'm sure you can meet some cool people if you're nearby.
I know I ain't got a light. Don't talk about yourself like that, man. And maybe maybe professionalize the burner account a little bit too. I think that might be the first step there. that might be the first step, Chicken Con. With
Chicken. That's a pretty good burner.
So somebody said, when do you decide to liquidate an ASIN? That's a good question. So for me, if we've been holding it for, let's say, a couple of weeks, and our minimum and the buy box price is lower than my minimum, and usually my minimum is around like a 5 to 10% margin, then we might wait it out depending on how many other sellers are on the listing, how much stock is on the listing, etc. But if we see that new offer count going up, competition is increasing, price is coming down, there's kind of no end in sight, then a lot of times we'll just bite the bullet, go ahead and liquidate, lose a couple of dollars per unit if we have to, or break even, just to get our money back and keep going. What do you guys think?
Yeah, like somewhere around 30 to 45 days after is where you start to look into moving it. Now, you definitely want to take that ASIN as a lesson. What happened? Why did it price? Or is it
go back? Yeah, like on the Keepa, go back to the day you bought it and see like what you can learn. Like, the sellers were going up, price is already shooting down. And 30, 45 days is good. If there's a reason the price might go up soon, you should hold a little bit though.
WSS, a good site to get it. It's a great site to make money from too, man. Especially right now for any of the people at home looking to source.
Something every new seller should be doing, especially for the first like 2 months, is like start a Google Doc, take a screenshot of the Keepa of every purchase you make, right? Do like 2, 3 lines, 4 lines of your thought process in buying, right? Justify the purchase. And then you can revisit that thought, the screenshot, what happened, what presided in that Keepa, and you're going to learn so much quicker. Again, take that, put that and align that with 4 or 5 other sellers doing the same thing, and your growth is absolutely imminent. It's guaranteed.
If you can do that without leaking the product too, you should be putting that on Twitter. That would be super good to share. Like sharing your thought process.
Because a lot of times, right? Like you buy something, especially a newer seller, right? 3 weeks later, you don't necessarily remember like what you saw, what you wanted, what you liked, what you didn't like, the risks, right? So you just want to document all of that so you can revert back to it, right? And so like comparing screenshots, the present compared to what you saw when you were sourcing the product, you're just gonna take so many nuggets from that.
Cheap poly mailers on Amazon for sure. Garrett's got the goated, the 9x12, the gray Johns from back in the day. Do you guys believe beginners should do more FBM or FBA? I mean, it's listing dependent. Definitely I'd say FBM, but it's like if you're not going to move your handling time around, if you're not going to check if other people are doing FBM on those listings, then you should probably just do FBA.
So, I think for newer sellers,
TK said he talked to some brands. Sorry. Bad timing today.
Get him out of here.
Oh, I'm surprised it wasn't me this time. That's good.
Oh, well, I don't discriminate.
Great.
But you asked for that one.
This is a good point. So I think it's worth addressing. He said he talked to some brands that the brand themselves don't sell on Amazon, but somehow the brand is listed on Amazon. There's third-party sellers selling the product. Who created the brand and the listing? So chances are, if you look at how old those listings are, they were created years ago by some random third-party seller, probably back when Amazon was a lot more chill when it comes to like who can list which products. So just over the years, other sellers have found those listings and sold on those listings. So they were probably just created by a third party a long time ago. But this is a selling point to the brand. It's like, listen, just because you guys don't sell on Amazon doesn't mean that other people aren't selling your stuff on Amazon, that your stuff's getting sold there. So wouldn't you rather it be through somebody that that you trust, where you can control things, right? Like this is a pitch that you want to use to kind of get a foot in the door there.
It's a fact. Cool. All right. I'm going to go do my best 2016 Steph Curry impersonation at the YMCA and such. So we'll see how that goes. And difference between FBA. FBA is shipping your products in bulk to the Amazon warehouse. FBM is sending them directly to the customer individually. And such. Yeah, every Monday.
Yeah, Frank.
Every Monday.
When's the 1 year anniversary?
It's
coming up on it. Yeah.
July,
Miles definitely knows.
July, August.
It's either the last week of August or the first week of September. I think it was the day before Amazon United last year. Because Amazon
Miles
United
is OCD with dates. Every day, every week, he's got a date in a year.
No. OCD, it's just OC, obsessive compulsive. It's not a disorder.
It's like Miles. When's the first time you picked up a basketball? Oh, that was December of 1999.
And the new burner, low key. What do you give me on my birthday? Something about cricket, Lyman. That's for sure.
Clearly. Oh, sweet. Yeah, make sure you guys are also signed up for the class on Wednesday if you want to kind of see a nice little step-by-step. Got some good product sourcing info for you guys.
Sweet. Yeah, have a great one.
OCBB is for the benefit.
Yeah, for sure. All right, have a great day. See y'all soon.
See you guys.